Footy highlights for Vic Super. Get super active with Vic Super.
Play on the call. Fantasia's got it in the pocket. Handball to McDonald. Tip and Woody, who kicks the goal over his left shoulder. Diving kick in front. Danaher. He needs to pick someone out behind the goals in the crowd. He did, and he kicks a goal. 3 to Danaher.
He bangs it into the forward pocket. Here's Spears a handball to Tom Stewart. It's an open goal square. He set sail with a beauty. Josh Green, he's going with the drop punt. Non-preferred side for the right footer. Oh, that is wonderful.
Ends up with Dangerfield. 40 from goal. Turns one way, then the other, and then kicks the goal.
Fell back to McDonald, Tip and Woody, who set sail on his left foot and kicked a wonder goal. From right on 50. Drop punt's on its way. It is a beauty. The Bombers have won every quarter and they turn for home. 40 points to the good. 14-7-91. A disappointing Geelong. 7-9-51. Joe Danaher with a goal after the three-quarter time siren is leading all scorers. He's kicked 4-2 for the night. 40 points is the Essendon lead. Some key numbers for the Southern Star Group at windowsanddoors.build. Maybe a precursor to the Vic Supers tonight with an extra edge because Kane Corns is voting for the Tom Wills medal for best on ground tonight.
Well, fascinating numbers really when you look at it, but Essendon just so efficient when they've gone inside 50. They've scored 21 times from their 35 entries, but look dangerous. They've taken 10 marks inside 50. A lot of those have come through out the back efforts, and their work rate from their small forwards and tall forwards to get up the ground and then get back inside 50 is what stood out to me. But just an indictment on Geelong. I know we've spoken about it all night, but 21 tackles in 3 quarters of footy, that is record low. Numbers of players haven't laid a tackle, including Dangerfield, Guthrie. Joel Selwood, the captain, has not laid a tackle for 3 quarters of footy, which is amazing for Selwood.
And Merritt's laid 10 and Geelong have laid 21 as a team.
That's it.
So final quarter about to get underway. The Cats trail by 40 points, staring down 3 consecutive losses. It was a bad bounce, but the umpire let it go. Comes to Selwood. Handball to Smith, who jams it on the boot wide towards half forward. Kelly in front, just taps towards the line. Now, is that deliberate? I reckon it might be. It is. He jumped up from 5 metres and tapped it over. So a free kick to Menengola. Drives it long to the top of the goal square. Up in front. Now a chance for Menzel. Oh, he had the handle 10 metres out and lost it. Now a chance for Zaharakis. Free kick meantime will come back to Merritt. Gee, what an opportunity there for Menzel. But just couldn't find the handle. He was clear 10 metres from goal, but couldn't convert. So Merritt kicks it long towards half back. Well done, James Stewart, fisted it away, and we'll get a boundary throw in. Bomber fans calling for deliberate. Of course, they don't know the rules because you can't be called deliberate when you spoil. Let's get quickly down to Tiff.
I was just keeping an eye on one of the Bombers was limping, but he's okay, no problems.
Tiff Cherry down on the boundary. Ball spinning back into play. Merritt front and centre. Feeds it out to Zaharakis. Wild kick across the ground. Fantasia cleverly didn't try and take possession. Knew the heat was coming through Guthrie. Tapped to himself. He's away. He's had 2 bounces. Kicks into the forward pocket. It'll bounce away from Josh Green. And it'll roll over the boundary line. But that was an exciting build-up, as you can imagine. More blistering speed shown from the Bombers between the arcs, and it's out of bounds. Left forward pocket at the City end. 91-51. Would take a miracle from here for the Cats to get up. They're staring down the barrel of 3 losses in a row. Ball spinning back into play. Plenty of Essendon jumpers around the footy. Goddard's given away a free kick, holding Dangerfield without the football, says umpire Schmidt, and the Geelong superstar will relieve the pressure, but not for long, Chris.
No, he's kicked it straight to Hartley, who wheels around. Ball touched off the boot, comes to Buse. He takes it, immediately tackle. What a motlop. Got the handball to Duncan. 20-metre handball by Duncan, wide to Menengola. Just backward of the wing. Thought about giving it off, should have, and he's wrapped up in the tackle. Just got the handball off in the nick of time. High tackle on D. No free kick. He gave it to Kelly, who was driven into the ground. And the umpire thought about a push in the back. I'm sure he did, but not paid. So a ball up. The attacking side of left centre wing for the Bombers. So umpire McInerney throws it up. Leuenberger wins it down towards Heppel. Couldn't take it. Cockatoo can. Threads a handball wide to Dangerfield, who kicks it forward. D was held, and he'll take a free kick.
Played a good game tonight, Matty D. Beaver picked it up early on Menzel, and then that one playing in front of Menegola. He's been one-on-one contest all night.
Short wide to Merritt, so he's got it. Southern wing, Merritt. 30-metre kick towards Heppel. Missed the target, but ball got to the back. Fantasia from the front of the centre square. Vacant goal square. Ball bouncing wide. And over for a boundary throw in. Not a bad result for the Bombers. They get the opportunity to set up in their right forward pocket and try and convert another opportunity. They're in control. 3 played, final term on the Tyre Power scoreboard, and the Bombers lead by 40 points.
Shaping as a long trip back down the highway tonight for Cats fans. There's not too many of them here tonight either. From the throw-in, Motlop tries to squeeze the kick away. Merritt runs onto it. Little handball to Heppel. Cats will finally break clear. Was that Colin Jasny or was Tui? Got a handball to Parsons. Kicked out very wide. Stanley's got it. Open forward line. Kicks long and strong. Hawkins the target. And that's got to be a free kick against Hartley. Hawkins probably should have completed the mark, but Hartley dragged down on the arm, gave away the free kick, and the Tomahawk will shoot for goal from a tough angle, but only 30 metres out.
Haven't seen a lot of that play from Geelong. Tui was terrific, just broke away, used his leg speed off half back, got the ball out to the wing, and then Hawkins used his work rate to get over the back. So third free kick he's won inside 50 tonight. Big kick. If they want any hope, needs to nail this.
Yep, Cornsey, they need everything to go right from here, starting with this kick. Hawkins' drop punt is a goal. He's got his third. And the Cats get the first of the last term, and they're within 34. 8-9-57. Essendon 14-7-91. That's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Tyre Power's big free sale. Buy 3 and get 1 free on selected Falcon passenger tyres. And we've played 4 3/4 minutes of the final term on the Ray White clock.
Yeah, I've been critical at times of Tommy Hawkins tonight, just getting caught in a wrestle, but he just shows if he can get some movement and they can get some run further down the ground that he can expose Hartley, because he gets caught watching the man instead of the ball. But good to see Parsons get involved in that chain of play, because he's started really well in his first few games, but just quiet tonight with 8 disposals.
Margin back to 34. Smith wins it out. Oh, they're getting back. Leuenberger did well. Oh, gee, almost threw it out. Spilled to Heppel. Got the handball to Parrish, to Goddard. Handball back to Parrish. Tackle, but just got the kick away in the nick of time. Kicks it towards the wing. Hooker over the ball strong, but coming in, it was well played by Tui. Threads a handball wide towards Selwood. Oh, gee, confusion between he and Hall and Smith. Selwood batted it towards Taylor. Couldn't take it. Duncan is desperate. He's on top of the footy. Ball not coming out and a ball up the attacking side of right centre wing for the Bombers. 34 points the margin. It was 40 at 3/4 time. Smith and Leuenberger. Even ruck contest. Spills to Guthrie. Tried to take on the tackler. Ball spills free. Parrish gets it out. Taken by Motlop. Oh, that was a dubious looking handball. Now Zaharakis. Hard up against the line is Myers. He's well tackled by Motlop and ping. So Motlop with the free kick. He kicks it back in the corridor. Mark taken by Duncan. 25-metre handball is a beauty to Mackie. Mackie 60 from goal. Drives it long to the goal square. Where's Menzel? In front. Hawkins has taken the mark. 12 from goal. Slight angle. And Hawkins can go back, kick his fourth, and bring the margin back to 28.
Might need to put Hooker back and make a change there, because he's clearly got the advantage over D in the forward line. Mackey's kick, he had Stanley leading up unopposed straight at him. He went longer and Hawkins took the contested mark. So a bit of a getaway for Andrew Mackie, because he should have hit up Stanley. But Hawkins has been terrific, lining up for his fourth, which is remarkable, and he's 26 for the season.
Starts his approach 30 metres from the man on the mark, but he comes in. The man on the mark 12 metres from goal. Drop punt. Oh, goal up, I had to work, but he's kicked it. 4 goals to Hawkins, and all of a sudden the margin back to 28. 7 played final term on the Ray White clock, and on the Tyre Power scoreboard, the Cats moved to 9-9-63, Essendon 14-7-91.
And quickly around the grounds, and Melbourne, what a third quarter they're producing. From 10 points down at half-time, the Demons now 20 points to the good. 10-4-64, the Crows 6-8-44.
The only hope that Chris Scott could have given his players was the fade-outs that Essendon have had in recent weeks. They were in Perth last week, absolutely blown out of the water late in the game by the Fremantle Dockers against Melbourne. They were poor in the second half. Essendon have to run out this game because the Cats will keep coming.
Still 14 minutes 57 of actual playing time remaining. Now, is that a free kick against Leuenberger? It won't matter. Menegola grabs it. Handball to Motlop. Handball to Mackie. Little one to Hall & Smith. Closes to 55. Goes long. Has it got the legs? I think it has. I reckon we're going to go upstairs to the video. But I reckon the goal umpire thinks it is a goal.
The Cats players, Beef, super confident of the players on the goal line.
Umpire's call is a goal. See whether it was touched prior to crossing the line.
So the Hall & Smith kick travelled a good 55 metres, and if it's a confirmed goal, they're back within 22 points. They've had three or four looks on the Yarra Valley Toyota replay, and it does look as if it's cleared the line before it gets a little bit of the arm of Michael Hurley. It's a goal. So the Cats have got another one. They've got the only three of the final term, which is only 9 minutes old, and they're within 22 points. 10-9-69 Geelong. Essendon still anchored on their three-quarter time score, 14-7-91, all on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Bit of confusion out there as well from the Essendon players looking at the bench. Positions going everywhere. Hurley's gone back. They've got a free down there, so matchups changing everywhere. Hurley is now the free back for Essendon, trying to stem this flow. It started in the centre bounce. Motlop and Mackie have both been important.
So margin back to 22. Umpire to restart play. Umpire Fisher. He's not the best bouncer, Lee. That one's okay. One down by Leuenberger towards Happel. He's wrapped up by Menegola, and the ball's not coming out, so he'll ball it up again. In the centre of the MCG, Bombers led by 40 at three-quarter time. Currently, the margin is 22. So from the ball up, Guthrie couldn't find the handle. Oh, gee, Happel was pushed in the back, and he'll get a free kick. So can they score here, the Bombers, to stem the flow? He wheels onto the left boot, kicks it towards half forward, almost to mark the Fantasia. In fact, he was pushed, so a free kick. Just inside the centre square. Fantasia, handball off to McGrath, who kicks short to the inside the attacking 50, ill-directed. Mark taken by Guthrie, who plays on immediately. There's some urgency now about the Cats play. He kicks to the wing. Mark taken by Parsons. Play on, son. Keep it moving. He does now. Kicks it wide towards Stanley, who's got it. Blitzar's run hard. He'll be on the chain if he gets the kick. Yes, he does. He takes it on the bounce. Handball over to Mackie. 40 from goal on the boundary line. Kicks it to the goal square at the back. Menzel! And Menzel is marked. 25 from goal. 45-degree angle.
Oh, it's amazing how it happens. You have to take risks to win the game, and that's what they're doing, and they're making the most of their dominance inside the centre clearances as well, smashing the Bombers inside there. And let's see Menzel. He eats these for breakfast around his body.
Around the body from 25, he kicks the goal. Oh, the Cats have kicked 4 in this final term, 2 to Menzel. And facing a 40-point deficit at three-quarter time, we've played 11 minutes in the final term, and they've cut it to just 16. Geelong now 11-9-75 on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Essendon 14-7-91.
Oh, how good's this? We had the kick inside 50 from McGrath. It looked like Essendon were going to score. Turned it over. Guthrie took the intercept mark in the back line for Geelong, and then they were out. Their run on the outer side was outstanding. Blitzstars, we know, is an elite runner. He got involved, handballed over to Mackie, who has been so important in this quarter. Squared it to Menzel, and the block from Hawkins, I think you're going to highlight. Lord, he was outstanding.
There's 8 men in Essendon's back half. Sorry, that's a sign of panic for mine. Yep. When you got 8 defenders, when there's still 14 minutes left of footy in this last quarter.
Yeah, 4 straight to nothing in 6 minutes 43 of actual playing time. Bombers coming back from heatwave conditions in Perth last week. What's left in the tank? Plenty, says Travis Collier. Bursts out of the centre. Gets a handball to Fantasia. He's right on 50. They need a steadying goal, and they don't get it. The kick was looking for Parrish, but Tui, the ex-Blue, stuck the paw up, took the one-handed mark. Handball then to Harry Taylor. Kick long down towards Blitzars. Couldn't take the mark. Myers front and square. The old 1-2. Handball to McDonald, Tippenwoody. Got it back and kicked brilliantly. And he picked out Fantasia, who has got it almost directly in front. Slight angle, but the kick will have to travel about 45.
Great decision there from Myers, known for his long kicking. His short kicking isn't as strong. So that was a brilliant hit up to Fantasia. Hasn't had the biggest night, Fantasia, just the one goal, I think, and obviously needs this one for his side to stem the flow a little bit.
16 points, the Essendon lead before the Fantasia kick. He did boot a goal in the opening term, and he's got a big goal now. Is that the steadier? 22 points, the Essendon buffer. 15-7-97. Geelong 11-9-75. That's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Still 12 minutes and 4 seconds of playing time on the Ray White clock.
Well, it's probably the only way they're going to get the goals at the moment because Essendon have so many numbers back and Geelong have Taylor free in their back line. Off the turnover, much easier to score, which happens there. And he's been a good player, Fantasia, all year. He's been a dangerous forward. He's been good again tonight, and Lloydie was spot on. The kick from Myers was just perfect, and what a kick on a night where accuracy has been an issue at times in front of goal. He just went back and nailed it. Huge goal, gets him back in it. Interesting to see Tip and Woody in the middle for Essendon.
So back in the centre, Danaher contesting the ruck contest. Oh, he tapped it to himself, if you don't mind. Then wheels around, kicks a mongrel torpedo wide to the boundary line. Now that'll be paid a throw in. It won't be deliberate.
Oh. Seen that paid in other games.
Yeah, I think they ruled that that's actually not correct. So when the forward's coming out and they kick it under some duress, it's going to be okay. So a boundary throw in right forward pocket to the Bombers. Stanley in front, knocks it to the front of the pack, does his own roving, did well, got the handball to Tui, he was over the boundary line, not paid, said the boundary umpire. Now it comes to Heppel, handball to Myers, pulls it back around his body into the pocket, it bounces just before the line and then over. So a boundary throw in 15 metres around from the Bomber goal, right forward pocket. Bombers by 22 points, 14 played final term. Boundary throw in, Danaher pushed out, soccer forward by Tip and Woody, only gained about 5 metres. Dangerfield, fantastic. Got the handball on the ground to Selwood. Tip and Woody! Oh, that's a tackle of the night. He dragged down Selwood. And he'll take a free kick. Man on the mark, Selwood, 40 from goal. Only 5 metres in from the boundary, though. In front of the MCC members stand. How good was that, Kane Corns?
Oh, just outstanding. It's been the absolute highlight for me tonight is Essendon's tackling 75-29. And they've just wanted it more.
He handballs back to Goddard, who sets it on its way across the face. And the mark's taken by Tom Stewart of Geelong. Now, he's been paid the mark. The umpire just telling he's got to come back through the goalpost. So with only one step, he kicks it wide towards half back. O'Connor up the first game, couldn't take it. Zaharakis fighting hard at ground level, spills to Motlop. Motlop, blistering speed, has one bounce. He's on centre wing now, kicks towards half forward, coming up Borgie, a hold on Menzel, and he's going to take a free kick right half forward for the Cats.
Open forward line, Menzel needs to move it quickly. He ignores the first gamer inside, he goes longer. Hawkins the target, why not? He's got 4. Blitzarv's mistimed his jump, Menegola keeps it alive. Oh, no, he didn't. We'll have a boundary throw in 30 around from the Geelong goal.
Just looking at Essendon's next 3 weeks, Beaver, so important to get this win tonight. They've got West Coast, Richmond, then GWS in the next 3, so 3 tough ones to come.
And the Cats finally get back to Kardinia Park. Their next 3 all at the Cattery, the Dogs and then the 2 South Australian sides. But they're staring at 3 losses in a row, Geelong. Hooker with the clearance, hacks a kick down almost towards centre wing. Collier went without the football. Mackey in there, comes squirting out the back of the contest. Throw was the call. Selwood with the handball to Kolodjasny. Kicks it to the danger spot, 30 out from goal. McGrath and Parsons. Parsons won the battle. The quick snap is a goal. Well done, young man, James Parsons. He outwitted the number 1 draft pick, and he has snapped a goal under immense pressure. And the Cats are back within 16 points. Still half the quarter remaining, 9:54 to be exact. 12-9-81 Geelong, 15-7-97 Essendon, and that's all on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Yeah, Corns has spoken about uncontested marks a lot and how Essendon have dominated that area. But this last quarter, Geelong have had 9, Essendon have had 2. So Essendon have actually stopped. I just watched some of those players out there that just could not run to put pressure on, and the ball went straight back inside 50. So 5 goals straight to 1 goal. Geelong are suddenly using the ball much better than the Bombers. So it's game on here.
So back on the centre, Dangerfield, he almost burst from the centre, but coming off the back of the square, well played by Fantasia, blocked it. Ball spilled back to Tui, kicks it high inside the attacking 50, coming from the back, Hurley, did brilliantly, Hurley. Feeds the handball to Kelly, a little fumble, so he paddles it into the path of Merritt, who tried to soccer off the ground. Taylor did well to block that. Now a loose ball, well done by Dangerfield. Play on the call, he got the handball out to Blitzarves, who tried to keep it in, couldn't, but it was touched off the boot, so we get a boundary throw in about 50 metres around from the Geelong goal at left half forward.
Fantasia off the back of the square, just outstanding. Dangerfield was coming a million miles an hour. It was an open goal if Dangerfield got it. Fantasia off the back of the square, saved the day with courage.
So boundary throw in, Cats in attack. Leuenberger wins it down into the path of Hairpole. He's at ground level, did well, got the handball to Leuenberger, was wrapped up by 3 Cats. So a ball up 45 metres from the Geelong goal. 15-7 plays, 12-9. The margin is just 16, 18 played. Final term.
Cats haven't lost 3 in a row since 2006. Now there's an early whistle, and it's going to be a free kick to Zach Smith, ruck infringement against Leuenberger. And Zach Smith, I reckon the distance would be beyond him. He'll have to kick from right on the paint, or maybe even 50.5 metres, as Tui just wanders around behind him. Here's the thumping kick of the football, but Zach Smith, 45-degree angle, 16 points is the deficit. He kicks from 51. He got plenty of it. He got lots of it. He kicked a goal. It went through half-post height. They have not missed this quarter, Geelong. 6 straight they've added. The Bombers just the 1 goal, and the Cats are within 10 points. 13-9-87 to 15-7-97. Tyre Power scoreboard with 8:35 still remaining on the Ray White clock.
Oh, it's amazing, and Lloydie just pointing out the metres gained for Geelong in this last quarter, 1,031 to Essendon's 450, so double metres gained, and for a side that did not want to tackle for the first 3 quarters, they laid 21 in the first 3 quarters. Geelong, they've laid 12 already in this last quarter, so something's changed. They've realised they've got to go. Season on the line.
Margin 10 points. Smith taps to Selwood. Tried to soccer, or indiscriminate soccer. No free kick. Comes to Motlop. Handball wide to Cockatoo. Cockatoo paddles in front and then paddles into the path of Motlop, who gathers. Handball to Holland Smith. High kick towards half forward. Hooker goes back. Should have marked. Dropped the simple mark, an uncontested mark. And the ball's tied up at the base of the pack, not coming out. In fact, it's going to be a free kick because O'Connor jumped on it the first gamer and didn't get it clear. So a free kick to D.
Bit early to milk the clock, I think, Chriso.
Yeah. And they do have to score another goal to win this. So it's 10 points, but there's still 8 minutes of football to go. So that's just their 4th mark for the quarter. So they've stopped to a walk here, the Bombers.
Heppel from half back, kicks high to the wing. Opportunity at ground level for Collier. He did well to gather. Brilliantly done by Fantasia. What a pick up, then a bounce. Sweeps the handball wide to Danaher. 50 from goal. He steadies himself for a moment. Drop punt to a vacant goal square. That's your goal, Matty. It comes off the boot of Joe Danaher. Goal number 5. Outstanding work. Got to be a pancake parlour contender.
Lovely.
And the margin back out to 16. A bit of breathing space for the Bombers. On the Tyre Power scoreboard, they moved to 16-7, 103. Geelong 13-9, 87. We still have 7.5 minutes left on the Ray White clock.
Oh, just a huge clearance on the centre wing. Collier and Fantasia just outstanding. Fantasia's game tonight has been superb, and I was just watching Harry Taylor, who was the loose back for Geelong. He kept sagging back. One Geelong player and the spare defender had to push up on Danaher. No one did it. Eventually late, but it was too late, and Danaher kicks a big dagger, his 5th. What a massive goal. What a player he is.
Still 7.5 minutes of actual playing time remaining. Enough time for the Cats if they're good enough. Leuenberger wins the tap. Smith, did he get into the back of Watson? He did. Free kick for the former Bomber skipper in the centre of the MCG. Spreads it wide to James Kelly. Handball to Parrish. Pops a little one over the top to Zaharakis. And the Bombers getting their 2nd or 3rd wind. He runs off, runs about 15, kicks to the right forward pocket. But Kolajasny far too strong for Josh Green, and he takes the mark. Across the goal to Tui. They're right on the last line, the Cats. They need to score a minimum of 3 goals from here to pinch this. Dangerous kick, but it comes off. High risk, high reward to Selwood, who handballs to Jed Buse. Bursts off left half back, ran a long way. Danaher gives chase, eventually takes a bounce, kicks towards centre half forward. Hawkins marks on his ample chest, and he'll shoot for goal from 48 or 49 metres on a slight angle. Still the Cats keep coming.
They came through the corridor, and it was Buse's ability to run, carry. It's amazing what it does for you as a forward when they run further afield.
Danaher with 5 at one end. Hawkins shooting for his 5th at the other. From 51. Drop punt is a poster. Halfway up. Slams into the timber. 13-10, their first miss of the quarter. 13-10, 88 the Cats. 16-7, 103 the Bombers. Tiff has the crowd.
Now do 57,173, probably about 40 of those are Bombers, but they are absolutely exhausted coming to the bench.
So a long kick comes in, but it's Essendon who gain control. Zaharakis, handball to Goddard. Haphazard kick back to the wing. It goes over, and I reckon in the first 7 rounds that might have been paid deliberate, but Goddard got away with it. Pitched about 5 metres in from the boundary line, then bounced over. So a boundary throw in right below our broadcast position on centre wing. Leuenberger wins it down towards Watson. He paddled to Tip and Wood. He couldn't control it. Motlop can kick into the corridor. A dangerous one, but again it's well placed, and the mark's taken by Duncan. He wants to go. Sags off, and now handballs off the collar. Jasny now to Dangerfield. Dangerfield cuts in, ball with a bounce. He's 55 from goal. With the left boot, he kicks cleverly. Well played by Dangerfield. He finds Hall and Smith, who'll go back from directly in front from 48 metres to try and bring the Cats to within 9 points.
Motlop's just so reflective of Geelong as a whole. He'd had 8 disposals to three-quarter time, just the 3 kicks. He's up to 8 in this last quarter, so doubled his output for 3 quarters already in this quarter, and he's been so important.
3-quarter time in Adelaide. What an upset's brewing over there. The Demons lead by 27 points. 12-5-77, the Crows 7-8-50.
In comes Hall and Smith, 49 metres. Oh, he didn't get a good piece of that. It came off the instep and he missed to the left. So 2 misses now in a row to the Cats. The margin is back to 14 points, but they need goals. 25 played in the quarter, but we've still got nearly 5 minutes of game time left, so still plenty of time for the Cats.
Hurley kicks to himself, runs only a couple of metres, bangs it long. Harry Taylor got to the front of the contest, couldn't take the mark, but Geelong are there in numbers. Toohey with a handball to Lonergan. He'll hack it back in towards the forward pocket, and Guthrie has reached over the top of Matty D. He's taken the mark, and then he squares it up cleverly, and Motlop has got it. Much better angle. Kick will have to travel about 40 metres, and the Cats will not be denied.
No, this is they've had 13 inside 50s, and they've scored 6 goals too. This may be the 9th scoring shot from 13 entries, so they are out on their feet, the Dons, and the Cats just keep pressing.
So Stephen Motlop to make it. Terrible kick, won't even make the distance. Bombers didn't actually go for the mark, and it's rushed through for a behind. What a terrible connection then from Stephen Motlop. 13-12-90 the Cats. They're now within 13. The Bombers 16-7, 103. Still 3:54 remaining.
So Goddard a little kick to himself. Only gained about 5 metres. Kicks it long towards half-back. Hooker an opportunity. Couldn't take the mark. Zaharakis front and centre. Good pressure though by the Cats. Buse got the handball to Dangerfield. He breaks a tackle, then handballs it back 25 metres to Lonergan. They've got runners. Handball to Selwood. Now the handball to Toohey. He'll go across the ground, will he? Yes. And well positioned is Mackie, who he fumbled the mark. He's in trouble. He got the handball to Duncan though in the nick of time. Handball back to Motlop. He's got it centre wing. They need to go forward here, the Cats. Clever kick is okay. Duncan's got it 60 from goal near the point of the square at right half forward. Bomber fans calling that he played on. The umpire said no, go and have your kick. He kicks it. It'll land 20 from goal. Menzel up, couldn't take it. Front and centre, here's a chance for Cockatoo. A high tackle on Selwood perhaps. No free kick. Ball comes back to Cockatoo. A quick snap out of the pack, but he's offline. So another behind. So the margin now is 12 points. So an even number, just 2 goals in arrears, but time ticking away. 2 minutes 57 left on the Ray White clock.
Brings the draw into the equation as Brendan Goddard kicks to himself and then bangs it long. Now there's an early whistle, and it's a Geelong free kick.
Over the shoulder.
I can remember it's almost 30 years to the day these two teams played a draw at Windy Hill in John Barnes' first game. Selwood with the free kick, right to full forward. Motlop with the snap, and it's a behind. 11. Now Stanley's still down, and Stanley is hurt, and in fact Michael Hurley is signalling for the trainers to come out quickly. I'm not sure that they'll actually take the kick in here because Reece Stanley is down and in some distress just outside the goal square. The Motlop behind makes it an 11-point game. 13-14-92 the Cats, 16-7 103 the Bombers, and there's a potential knee injury for Reece Stanley.
He's grabbing the back of the right knee, and Beaver, he's had a knee reconstruction before, hasn't he, Reece Stanley?
Oh, he's had virtually every other injury. I don't think he's had a reco, but geez, he's had a lot of injuries throughout his career, which started in 2010.
Two big misses from Motlop, one with a set shot, one with the snap. He'd like to have those two again, huge misses.
So from the kick in, no mark taken. Selwood keeps it alive. Handball out to Duncan. Handball to Tui was a bit fierce. Bomber turnover here and they can almost ice the game. Green's got it. Fantasia runs for him. He chips to that player. Open goal ahead of him. Fantasia almost fell over his feet but dribbled the goal home. And the Bombers are home. Fantasia's third. The Bombers are going to survive a withering comeback from the Cats. They're back out to a 17-point lead. 17-7 109. Geelong 13-14 92. And there's 2 minutes remaining.
Well, that's unbelievable what they've been able to do, the Bombers. Tip and Woody 3 goals. Out the back, most of them. Fantasia 3. Danaher 5. Green 2. They've just had too many options. It's all been Hawkins, really, and Dangerfield has tried his heart out. But just so many contributors for the Bombers, and it would have been a steal if Geelong won that one. So I think the best side has won. Geelong have played one quarter. Can't expect to win that way.
So back in the centre, Leuenberger wins it down. Dangerfield, fantastic. You got the handball to Smith. Smith inside the attacking 50. McGrath did well. Read it off hands the best. And kicks it wide to the wing. Leading in the race, James Stewart. James Stewart of Essendon. He fends off Lonigan and then kicks towards Tip and Woody, who might get a free kick. No free kick. Ball tracking to the line. Dangerfield tries to dive and keep it in. He can't. Boundary throw in. The attacking side of the wing for the Bombers. Southern side of the ground, the Bombers to the city end in this final term. They lead by 17. We've played 30 minutes. 1 minute 38 left on the clock. So boundary throw in. Smith wins it down. Menengola did well. Got possession. Couldn't get the kick away. Well done by Heppel. He got a handball away. There was a push in the back to Essendon, not paid. Comes back to Kelly. Got the handball to Goddard. Just pushed off the kick, and as a consequence, he's kicked it out on the full. So it's a Geelong free kick. The southern wing, and Motlop, who's played very well in this final quarter, very quiet for 3 quarters, kicks a bomb, a big spiral towards half forward. Up high was Hawkins. Now a chance for Hall and Smith at ground level. He got boot to ball, only gained about 12 metres, and in fact it's 15, said the umpire. The mark's taken by D, and he'll go back and relieve the pressure for the Bombers.
So for the first time in 11 years, the Cats are going to lose 3 games in a row. Rounds 8, 9 and 10 of 2006, the last time it happened for this team that then dominated for so many years as the Bombers just chip it away. Oh, terrible kick there from Zach Merritt, intercepted by Dangerfield, who kicks long and strong. It's across the face though, and through for a minor score. 13-15 93 now Geelong, and the Bombers 17-7 109. That is on the Tyre Power scoreboard. There's 34 seconds remaining.
So at fullback, Hurley for the Bombers, kicks it long to the southern side. Big pack assemble, fisted away by James Stewart. Comes to Merritt, got the handball to Goddard, handball to Heppel, right on the boundary line. The kick to the wing. Meantime, there's a whistle, is there? Now the boundary umpire's put his hand up. The ball was over, so we're going to get a boundary throw in 60 metres around from the Geelong goal, right half forward. But all academic now. 17 points is the advantage to the Bombers. Close to full time. Heppel kicks towards the wing. Green in front. At the back, a chance for James Stewart, who's been impressive. Got the handball eventually to Myers, who scrambles it towards half forward. Here's Tippin Woody. He's running after the loose footy. He'll gather at 30. He's got a loose player in the goal square, Zaharakis. He wants to give it to him. Oh, he went and tried to get around his immediate opponent. He handballed it through in the end for a behind. But there's the final siren. And a wonderful victory by the Bombers. 17-8, 110. They've defeated the Cats. 13-14, 92 by 18 points.
See the Bombers fly up, up. The other teams, they don't fear. They all try their best, but they can't get near as the Bombers fly up.
17-point win to the Bombers, and they square the ledger at 4-4. Set up with a huge first quarter, 6 goals to 1. They led by 27 at the first change, 32 at the half, 40 at three-quarter time, and despite being outscored by 6 goals to 3, prevailed by 17 points in front of a crowd in excess of 57,000.
See the Bombers fly up, up to win the premiership flag. Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up, up. The other teams, they don't fear. They all try their best, but they can't get near as the Bombers fly on.
Terrific win by the Essendon Football Club tonight at the MCG, the country game for 2017, and they are celebrating with a 17-point victory. They'd lost 4 of their past 5 encounters, coming back from Perth and those heatwave conditions against the Dockers last week. Not given much of a chance, and they've prevailed by 17 points. For the winners, Joe Danaher with 5 goals, most of them nominations for the goal of the night. 3 each to Fantasia, Stewart and McDonald, Tippin Woody, 2 to Josh Green and 1 to Cale Hooker. They had only the 6 individual goal kickers, the Bombers, but 4 of those 6 players kicked at least 3. For the Cats, 4 to Tom Hawkins, 2 each to Menzel and Dangerfield, and singles to Smith, Motlop, Hall and Smith, Parsons and Tom Stewart. 17-8, 110 to 13-15, 93.